Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this simple introduction to the basic knowledge of Islam. This is for anyone who wants to learn the fundamentals of the faith in a clear and straightforward way. Whether you are new to Islam, a non-Muslim seeking understanding, or a Muslim refreshing your knowledge. Islam is one of the world's major religions, followed by 1.8 billion people. The word Islam means submission to the will of God, and it also means peace. A person who follows Islam is called a Muslim, one who submits to Allah and finds peace through that submission. The most important belief in Islam is Tawhid, the oneness of God. Muslims believe in one God whom we call Allah. Allah is the Arabic word for the God. Allah is eternal, all-powerful, all-knowing, merciful, and has no partners, no children, and no equals. Muslims believe that Allah has sent guidance to humanity through many prophets and messengers over time. These include Adam, Noah, Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. Peace be upon them all. We honor all these prophets as true servants of God. The final messenger is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, who was born in the city of Mecca in Arabia about 1,400 years ago. The Prophet Muhammad received revelation from Allah through the angel Gabriel over 23 years. These revelations were memorized by his followers and written down exactly as received. Together they form the Qur'an, the holy book of Islam. Muslims believe the Quran is the direct word of Allah, protected from any change and a complete guide for life. The Quran teaches us about belief in God, good manners, justice, kindness, family life, and how to worship properly. It also tells stories of past prophets to teach lessons. These are six main articles of faith in Islam, things every Muslim believes. Belief in Allah, the one and only God. Belief in the angels, such as Jibril, who brings messages from Allah. Belief in the holy books, including the original Torah, Psalms, Gospel, and finally the Quran as the last and complete book. Belief in all the prophets and messengers of Allah. Belief in the day of judgment, when everyone will be resurrected and accountable for their actions. Belief in Qadr, Allah's divine will and knowledge of everything, while humans still have free choice. These beliefs give Muslims purpose. This life is a test, and our goal is to worship Allah and do good deeds. Islam has 5 pillars, the main acts of worship that structure a Muslim's life. 1. The Shahada, the declaration of faith. There is no God worthy of worship except Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger. Saying this makes someone a Muslim. Salah, performing prayers 5 times a day. Fajr, Dhuhr, Noon. Fajr, which is dawn. Dhuhr, which is noon. Asr, which is afternoon. Maghrib, which is sunset. And Isha, at night. Prayer is a direct connection. Performing prayers 5 times a day. Fajr, dawn. Dhuhr, noon. Asr, afternoon. Maghrib, sunset. And Isha, night. Prayer is a direct connection to Allah and brings peace and discipline. So the prayer times, Fajr is when it's completely black, and at night it's completely black, and suddenly a little bit of light appears. That's the break of dawn. Now you can pray Fajr. Now, when Fajr, so when does Fajr end? Fajr ends when the sun is visible. When the sun is visible, then Fajr ends. Now, when does Duhur start? Duhur start when you put a erect object and the sun comes like this, and the shadow is on top. Like there is no shadow on this side. So like this, when it goes a little bit over and there's a little bit of shadow at the other side, then now it's Duhur time. And Asr is when the now some rulings say when the erect objects full shadow is on the other side. Some say it's double, but the most correct one, I think, when the object and the shadow is the same length. So when it's same length, then it's Asr time. So when is Maghrib? Is sunset. When the sun sets, Dhuhr, Asr ends and Maghrib enters. Isha is when the light of the sun completely gone and it's pitch black. Now it's Isha time. Now when does Isha end? Is when the break of dawn. And this cycle, this is the prayer cycle. This is the 5 times a day. The 5 times the prayers are performed 5 times a day. Now after Salah, Zakat comes. Giving charity to the poor, or Sadaqah, or any kind of charity. Usually 2.5% of savings each year. This purifies wealth and helps society. Sawm, fasting in the month of Ramadan from dawn to sunset, no food, drink, or bad behavior during the fast. An example, when you're fasting, there are things that break your fast. One, if you drink intentionally, like if you know you're fasting, alright, I'm fasting, you take a bottle and you drink it, water, your fasting is invalid. Your fasting is broken. If you eat intentionally, again, same. If you have intercourse with your spouse, again, your fasting is broken. So what more breaks your fast is that if you ejaculate, that also breaks the fast. Whether it's foreplay with your wife, whether it's ending, if ejaculation happen, your fasting is broken. Intentionally vomiting, a mouthful or more, if you force yourself to vomit. Nutritional injections, IV drips, anything that nourishes the body like food and drink. So now we get Hajj. Hajj is pilgrimage to Mecca. At least one in life, if you are able. Islam places great importance on good character. The Prophet ﷺ said, I was sent to perfect good manners. Muslims are taught to be honest, kind, patient, forgiving, and respectful to parents, neighbors, and even strangers. Family life is very important. Parents have rights. Children must be cared for, and marriage is highly encouraged as a way to build a peaceful home. Islam teaches balance, worship Allah, seek knowledge, work hard, help others, and take care of your health and environment. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was known as Al-Amin, the trustworthy. Even before prophethood, he was kind to everyone, helped the poor, freed slaves, and treated women and children with respect. Islam spread through good example, wisdom, and justice, not force. The Quran says there is no compulsion in religion. Today Muslims live all over the world in many cultures, but they are united by the basic belief and practices. If you have questions or want to learn more, feel free to explore the Quran or speak to knowledgeable Muslims. May Allah guide us all to what is true and good. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.